this message at Tuck to Tick, and it wasn't warmly accepted. My message was kind of out there, but I'm glad I gave it. I understand why now, because I was calling, kind of demanding for change. I used Martin Luther King Jr. in calling for unity, and I wanted to abolish the ACA, the ICA, the SACA, the IFCO, the WCCS, the UFC, the WWF, and the WCW. So I talked about my best friend and how he just came down with stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I used him as an example in uniting and how that could help people like him get the big idea. So I got beat up. One of the feedback from one of the judges was, "You seem tormented." And I laughed at that right away. Because I am. I am a little bit tormented. I think all of you should be a little bit tormented. We live in a world that is so sick and impoverished. The blind leading the blind. Intellectuals who can actually make a change. We can't agree on a goddamn thing. And so there's constant talking over each other. And so I got a little beat up, and I went back to the drawing board. So this is the revision. So I wanted to start with the golden circle. We don't have probably a pen that can come. Yes, awesome. So it's a really easy concept. And I stole this from a man by the name of Simon Sinek. So don't think I'm amazing and just came up with this on my own. That says why. That says how. That says what. So all inspiring and significant leaders, organizations, think, act, and communicate the same exact way, from the inside out. Does that ring a bell? You guys ever heard that? Inside out before? So we preach inside out, but we tell the message outside in. What, how, and why. So every chiropractor, once they get into practice, knows exactly what they do in practice. I'm a chiropractor. How I do it. I do Gonstead. I give this specific adjustment. I'm an upper cervical doctor. I just adjust C1 because that's the only one that matters. Or I do network spinal analysis. They know exactly what and how they do it. But they're not exactly clear on their conviction of why. Why? And now I'm not going to get into a big talk about what's your why, because we've heard that so many times. But what is it? Is it to make them better? Why are we giving this specific adjustment? So we say what we do. I'm a chiropractor. We say how we're different. We correct subluxations, people. Duh. That's subluxations are bad. And we say how we're better. We don't prescribe drugs, and drugs are bad, okay? So then we expect some behavior or some action. When would you like to schedule your consultation or your patient exam? It doesn't work like that. That's outside in. What, how, and why. Now, if we were to say, as chiropractors, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking outside the box. Believing that health comes from the inside out, and the body relies on an innate ability to heal itself when it's operating at full capacity. We believe in empowering people to be responsible and mindful of their health. We believe in living life to the fullest and loving with our whole heart. We do this by breaking down the confines and restraints of what people were taught is supposed to be health. We free the body and the mind of the mental, emotional, and physical stressors that humanity puts on itself daily. I just happen to be a chiropractor. How can I help you be free? Sounds a little bit better, right? Sounds a little bit better than I'm a chiropractor, I do Gonstead, and it's to get you better because you need it. Right? Sounds a little better. So people don't buy into what you do, but why you do it. And what you do simply stands as the proof of why you do it. The goal is not to give this gift of chiropractic solely to the people who want it, but to focus on the people who believe in your cause, so that they know for themselves why they not only need it, why not only they want it, but need it. You heard the old term, feed a man a fish, feed him for the day, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. We need to be teaching people about health so that they can feed themselves for a lifetime. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't go around preaching what needed to change in America, and that was my fault. That's what I said at Talk the Tick. I said we need to change. We need to do this. We need to abolish the ACA, the ICA, the SACA, because I wanted to unify. Inspiring leaders don't do that. His beliefs in people who believed what he believed took his cause and they made it their own. And then they grew it. And then 250,000 people showed up on a hot August day. They bust down to Washington, D.C. to hear the man speak. Now, did they want to hear Martin Luther King Jr. speak for him or for themselves? It was for themselves and what they believed and what America was about. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream, and I have a dream. I have a dream that one day the bickering and the fighting amongst my chiropractic brothers and sisters will stop. That there will be no such thing as black or white, mixer or straight, or allopathic versus chiropractic. I have a dream that the people of this world will be empowered to ask questions, be educated on prevention and wellness, and not be bullied into making rash medical decisions. I have a dream that the crippled will walk, the blind will see, and the deaf will hear because they believe they can. Not because somebody told them, you're deaf, you can't hear. You're blind, you're never going to be able to see. You have cancer, you have stage 4 cancer. All we can offer you is this chemotherapy. And you can stay on this chemotherapy for the rest of your life, and it's never really going to get better. You're probably going to die anyways, but this will prolong your life if you want to. If you want to slowly lose your hair and die a slow, painful death. I have a dream that the cancer and disease-ridden will be freed. I have a dream that humanity will break the societal bondage of lies they've been fed on what healthcare is supposed to be. And I have a dream that one day we will forget all the egos and unite as one to help change the course of the world and make a better humanity for all mankind. Because that's freedom. That's true freedom. When you have the ability to choose, choice, not being scared into something. Oh, well, you have to vaccinate your child because they got to get into school and that's what they require. And if you don't, they could die from all these horrible diseases because all the information, all the statistics, that's what proves this. No, it really doesn't. It actually doesn't. They're trending down. Diseases were trending down before vaccination. You know what? Don't get me started on that. Freedom. One chance. I'd trade everything. Everything in this life. I would die for this profession. People went to jail. I'll go to jail right now. They'd probably lock me up in a loony gun first, actually. Talking about self-fixation. One chance. One opportunity to live out your days as a free woman or man. One shot. When you're dying in your beds, 70, 80 years from now, and you said that you gave everything to make sure we change the course of the world. Changing the course of the world. Think about that. How long does the average person live? Does anybody know? Men, 76 years old. Women, 79 years old. I just turned 27 in January. So I basically have 50 years left. Now that might seem a little depressing to look at it as a countdown, but it is the reality. It's the reality that we face. But I have 50 years to make a difference in this world. 50 years left. Who remembers when they were in kindergarten? First grade? Anybody? Am I the only one? That was 20 years ago. 20 years ago. And it went by like that. And what if the next 20 years just goes by like that? And the next 20 years goes by just like that. And I'm at the end of my life. I've got 50 years left. How much time do you have left? How much time do we have left to help change the course of the world? Think about that. Thank you.